Right, okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Forex Forecast, where we normally do gold and track gold throughout the week, every week, and forecast what will happen next. So far, the win rate record is 100%.
Wow.
We'll see if that changes this week, but yeah. So, as I said earlier, we've been tracking gold for 3 weeks now and seeing whether my prices move. Just to give you a quick rundown, we were trading gold from all the way up here, all the way down, and reversal up here. We've been tracking a lot of it. So if you guys want to follow along and read from the start, look at it from the very start, then just click on our channel and then click on the first 2 video. You'll see it. Not a lot of videos in there anyways. But yeah, so far win rate has been really good and success rate has been really good. Forecasting has been really good as well. But yeah, enough tooting my own horn. Let's get right into what happened this week and what we were expecting versus what actually happened. So straight off the bat, as you can see here, we were looking for buys. Our bias was long after 1800 was tapped and was showing some sort of rejection there. But as you can see in the video, this is my exact analysis, by the way. So here's a previous video. Here's a snippet of it. Enjoy.
Currently, what we can see is potentially a consolidation, as I said, around here. Price dipping down to 1800, potentially slightly lower. Once it reaches here, what we can do is put our entries here, put stop loss below 1780, and then continue the rally up, take TP.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure if after watching that, you can see it wasn't too bad of analysis. It was not too bad of a educated guess, I would say. So yeah, congratulations me, well done. But yeah, let's actually get into it. Let me get my highlighter tool. So as we were saying,
What did he say?
As I was saying, in the previous video, we were expecting some sort of consolidation around this level. I think it was a push down to 1780. Take profits. Entries there. Stop loss below 1780. Anywhere below 1780 was safe, safer than putting it potentially above, just 1780 exactly. And first take profits were 1876. Moving rolling stops to break even once 1786 was hit, and then targeting overall 1920 from the weekly highs and a weekly structure. But yeah, so that's what we were expecting. So this is exactly what really happened. Also, actually, we were expecting either one of these trend lines to be hit, and yeah. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, third touch of the trend line caused it to rally up. After rallying up, it did break structure here. So it retested structure here with as you can see on the hour chart, quite a huge wick there, showing rejection, showing bearish weakness. So I entered as soon as this this hourly wick down, I entered. I was in profit for a little bit, but as you can see here, I was in drawdown for quite some time. This was actually, as I said, I actually called it on the video that we were expecting some sort of consolidation for the first 2 days, which is exactly what happened. So first 2 days consolidation, and market started moving around end of week, which was what we were expecting, to be fair, after the previous push all the way to the downside. So we were expecting some orders to be collected first, but I digress. So yeah, let me explain exactly what happened. So a push down here, I entered for the upside for buys. However, it did go down. As long as my stop loss was here, below major psychological level, I was absolutely fine. Was not panicking at all, because if it does go all the way down to 1800, I would just call it quits there, take my 1% loss, wait for it to go down to 1780 exactly, taking these liquidity along with it, and a continuation to the upside. That's not what happened. So that's not what happened. So we'll not talk about that too much. After some sort of consolidation here, finally market started to rally to the upside, giving us, I think, 1.46% as we currently speak. And currently market is just consolidation just before the close, just before the week closed out. So just a bit of consolidation there. So that's the rundown. So as per usual, if you guys are a repeat customer or a repeat viewer, then you know exactly what's going to happen. So I'm just going to go through your charts, see what I'm looking at, see what's happening, and then I will explain exactly what I see. So I'll just time lapse everything and then I'll cut back to it. So give us 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Right, okay, welcome back everyone. So quite a lot to unpack here, so we'll get through it as quickly as possible so this video doesn't take too long and it doesn't take me too long to edit, basically. But yeah, let's get to it. So weekly time frame, nice and simple. So we'll just mark down the weekly low, the previous weekly low, and the previous highs. Previous highs we could potentially use as targets, interweek targets, so something to look for. So yeah, nice and easy. We could potentially retrace this entire candle, but again, as you can see on the weekly time frame, we are in quite the bearish run here. So this bullish bias is a bit risky, so just keep that in mind, especially in the higher time frame. That's why we're always looking for pullbacks before entering, just so we you know, the simple concept of buy low, sell high, right? That's kind of what we're doing here, just in a more advanced way, I would say. Okay, so with that being said, yeah, so we have the lower wick, weekly low, and stuff like that. Nothing much to unpack in the weekly time frame. Literally just those things. Just the weekly lows, where price could potentially, if price breaks that, we're obviously going to continue the bearish run. And obviously, if we reach that previous highs, perfect, we reach our targets. Okay, so the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we can see here is a daily SR flip, right? So with the daily SR flip, we can see it was previously support. As you can see, support. I'll get the highlighter. So support here, support here, support here, supported here. Sorry, resistance there, resistance here, resistance there. And now it's going to be currently support. But as you can see here, something interesting to note is that when this did turn into support, what happened was it did retest once, broke the previous highs, and it continued all the way down to 1775, around that level. Could we see something like this? Yeah, definitely. The market could definitely repeat itself, and this bullish run, quote unquote, could just be to get people on the wrong side of the market. Definitely. So something to keep in mind. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. But we won't mind it. We won't give it too much of attention for now. Obviously, until potentially it happens, then we'll look to at entering the a better time, basically. Okay, so 4 hour, again, not much to unpack beside the current bearish trend has changed on the 4 hour time. So higher lows, sorry, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Now it's making higher highs, and higher highs, and higher lows and higher lows, as you can see. So the market's definitely changing. The bias has definitely started to change here. So again, this could completely just flip on us though. Something to keep in mind. So it could see the third point down here, still making a higher high before pushing up. So that would definitely, that would very much line up with the previous thing that we saw earlier, with a push to the downside before the move up. But for now, let's move on. So to the hour time frame. So currently on the hour time frame, as you can see here, we're just consolidating. I draw this box just to show where the consolidation is at. I don't really count the wicks when it's this extreme. This one, because it was the start of the move, so I had to count it. But this one, this is where the previous wick was. So normally I would just have it there and just keep extending it as it respects this zone. So yeah, so this zone is currently being respected. What we could potentially expect is either a push above, finish back down below, retesting this, and a continuation up, or a push down below, continuation up, or last scenario, or it's not the last scenario, but a high probability scenario would have pushed down, retest this trend line that we have here, and a continuation up. Again, as you can see, my bias is definitely bullish. So it may, that may be because that's why I'm seeing all buys right now. But again, I have to stick to my bias. It's worked so far, so might as well continue doing it, right? So yeah, as a trade idea that we can look for, so things that we can really look for in terms of this, and things to look out for, right? So first scenario, break above, wait for it to retest. Don't get FOMO'd, right? And buy it as soon as it breaks above that trend. Don't get FOMO'd. Wait for a retest first. If it's a strong rejection, cool. Enter at that rejection and continuation up. You may lose that trade, right? You may lose it, but it's still a higher probability chance than just FOMOing as soon as an impulsive white candle breaks, or even worse, if it's just a little candle that breaks above it, okay? Keep out of that FOMO. Next one is it breaks down below, the complete opposite, and then you start selling, right? Okay, so why is this a bad thing? First of all, it's not a bad thing, right? There's no such thing as the wrong answer in Forex, really, but it does break below. What do we have here? The support, right? SR flip. We have support. We have support, which was previously resistance on the higher time frame. It's a higher time frame level, so it'll react here. It's highly likely to react to this level right here. Okay, so something to keep in mind, and potentially even continue to the upside from there, right? So before you start selling, as soon as it breaks here, before you get the FOMO or starting to crash, just continue this momentum. Again, calm down a little bit. But okay, so another potential again is a retracement down to this trend line and push up. Right, that's one thing. That's one thing we can look for. I know I'm giving a lot of like what ifs and stuff like that, but again, it's really hard to forecast a market where it's just giving me a huge move. Not a lot of data points to work from. It's just a lot of impulse, stuff like that. So it's again, I'm just giving a lot of scenarios here. Next up, this is where I would potentially look for sells, right? The only times I'm potentially looking for sells. If it does push down, break this trend line, retest this trend line, even perfect, right? Let's say this consolidation continues, break down below, goes to that SR flip to retest it. Let me just make that better. Okay, so what I could potentially look for is continuation consolidation, right? Break down below, retest of both trend lines and SR flip. I'm looking to target 1790 for that. For that move, that's the only time I'm looking for sells. Only time I'll break it. One, because obviously it breaks. Well, it won't break it, but it's starting to break the trend here, right? The bulls are starting to lose momentum, and obviously now the SR flip is starting to become resistance again, which you can see, which you saw in the daily time frame. It was a huge resistance level, right? It just wouldn't go past it. Every time it go down, every single time it was really hard to break at the time. As you can see, push down. We did break here, but it pushed down straight away after that. Again, same thing with this, push down after that. After all this has finally been taken, market has finally pushed up. Probably fundamental news that made that happen though, but yeah. So again, that's the only time I'll be looking for sells. Okay, but with that being said, just be careful with gold right now. I feel like there's going to be a lot of manipulation in gold especially when market is just completely just trending and just a complete switch in bias as well, from all the way to bears straight to bulls. So maybe there may be a lot of manipulation in the market, so just be careful when trying to trade gold. But the main I said but again. However, the main trade I will be looking for, one second, sorry. The main trade I will be looking for is the breakdown below here, retest, and then continue up. My stop loss, I'd probably just put slightly just below this structure level here, so around 1818 potentially, or I think that's a bit too high, so like around 1820 potentially, and then targeting that previous weekly high. So let me just give you the risk to reward tool here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a 1 to 5 from what I can see. So let's just do that real quick. So risk to reward tool, enter it, SR flip, almost 100 pips, 1 to 5.6 risk to reward, as you can see there. So not bad at all, right? But yeah, so with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys learned something, if I was too confusing, please leave a like. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Yeah, if my analysis was way too confusing, if you couldn't follow along, comment down below. Let me know how I can improve in terms of trying to communicate my analysis to you guys, or if there's anything you guys want to learn about Forex, let me know in the comments below. What I'll probably suggest is probably just join the Discord group, and then we'll teach you all the things that we can do there, and then it'll be easier to communicate as well. But yeah, so what we're just trying to do right now is just grow the community, and help as many people as we can. Loads of future videos, loads of future ideas to help people, and yeah, hopefully it'll be a successful one. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, please subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Peace.